Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again. And I know I took a couple days off. I needed to relax. I've been really stressed out. The past couple days has been really cold, and I've had some drama on Facebook. But I'll get over it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go back on. But I'm gonna do another movie review. That we're back with movies with vowels in the title. This is a movie I forgot to review, and it's one of Steven Seagal's early '90s films. It's badass. It's one of his best ones. One of my favorites. Out for justice. He's a cop. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to take out the garbage, and nobody does it better in this movie than Steven Seagal. Now, I bought this movie on Amazon a long time ago, like back in 2010, because I've heard some decent things about it, and it's badass. Like, this is one of his best movies. Like, it's one of his darkest movies. This is from 1991 when I was 6 years old, so I was too young to see it at the time. Pure adrenaline pumping, jaw dropping thrills. Nick Martin, the Sacramento Union. Yeah, this is jaw dropping because the fight scenes in this and the action are freaking badass. And the movie takes place in New York City, baby, my hometown. Let me read the synopsis. Out for action, you found it. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of action in this movie, and it's only 91 minutes long, so it's not a long investment of time. You found it. Steven Seagal, star of more than 10 top action films of the past decade, hits like nobody else in this urban thriller Out for Justice, directed by John Flynn. Lockup and bestseller. I haven't seen those. I want to check them out. Brooklyn born and raised cop Gino Felino, that's Steven Seagal, has seen many changes in the neighborhood. Basically, a lot of the gang members and, troublemakers, criminals are taking over the city, and he has to stop them. One sad, one sad one is that boyhood adversary and criminal scum Richie William Forsythe. He does a great, gangster accent. He's really good in the movie. Has turned the local streets into war zones. He's a mad dog on leash who Gino is more than willing to send to an eternal obedience school. But he and his world-weary partner Jerry Orbach, yeah, Lumiere from the original Disney's Beauty and the Beast. He did the voice of Lumiere. He's of TV's Law and Order. That's a show that he did. Must catch Richie first. With Seagal's remarkable Aikido skills commanding center stage, Out for Justice is out of sight. I agree. This movie's badass. If you want an early action movie that came out the same year as Terminator 2 and you've seen that 100 times, I would highly recommend this movie. It doesn't have any special features. That's a damn shame because this movie is really, really awesome. This is a picture of William Forsythe. Yes, he's got like jet black hair and a mustache. He really delves into the role. There's a scene where the guy's trying to punch Seagal in the face and Seagal like breaks his arms or whatever. He breaks bones in this movie. Hell, the opening, he throws a guy into a freaking car, I think into a car window, and then the movie starts. And I'm like, you know what kind of a movie you're gonna get. I think he like takes a black guy and he smashes him onto a car windshield, and it's freaking awesome. I miss days back in the day when they actually had hard R-rated movies where there's a lot of violence, a lot of cursing, and there's no jump cuts, there's no CGI blood, there's no freaking, like green screen. It's all practical, and Seagal's fighting moves are very impressive. And the film has a good supporting cast. Like I said, Jerry Orbach, Joe Champa. I think Gina Gershon is in this film in a small role as well. And like I said, the production of the movie has great production values. This was a hit when it came out. It's one of my favorite Seagal movies. It's his early work when he wasn't fat and he wasn't, some douche nozzle. And back in the '90s, he could kick your ass, and it was you bought it. It wasn't stunt doubles or dubbed voices or anything. It was Seagal all the time. And John Flynn did a good job. Like, the action is clear. You can see everything that's going on. It's shot in New York. There's a lot of great shots of Brooklyn. There's a lot of there's some Spanish in the movie I didn't care for, but it's Brooklyn. There's a lot of people, Spanish people in Brooklyn. I know because I've lived here for a long time. But it doesn't bother me because it shows the realistic violence in this movie is something that could happen in a lot of cities. And the film is just as fast paced. It doesn't take an hour for something to happen. It doesn't have hours of exposition. We don't need to know full backstories on the villain, the hero. Seagal's your hero. William Forsythe is the villain. That's all you need to know. Sometimes simple works very, very well. And this movie does work very, very well. I'm surprised that this didn't get a good Blu-ray release with special features like a commentary or a documentary or something, but a lot of his films have nothing, and that sucks because I think this is really underrated. Like, not a lot of people like Rotten Tomatoes. They could suck it. They gave this a rotten. It's a fun movie. What else do you want? Do you want an action movie with 2 hours of talking? That's not an action movie. That's a drama. I want my action, and I want it hardcore. It's thanks to movies like this we have movies like Deadpool and Logan and freaking Blade and Watchmen and a bunch of other R-rated movies that deserve to be, taken seriously. And like I said, not the best DVD. It looks fine widescreen, but it could have had special features. I miss this Seagal, the kick-ass lead that he used to be, thin and badass, and he just when he fights, you buy it. And like I said, this isn't high art. This is a freaking action movie. I want my action movies to be fast paced, lots of shootouts, lots of fighting, lots of explosions, but done for a reason. Fun explosions, not like Michael Bay where he explodes like half a city and it's boring because we've seen it already and it means nothing. Here it means something. The critical damage is done in a respectable manner, and the villain gets his comeuppance at the end when William Forsythe gets his ass kicked by Seagal, of course, because Seagal is a machine. Aikido is very, very respectable. And the film is not that long. Like I said, there's some Spanish in it I didn't care for because I have to read subtitles. And I'm like, I heard that in Logan and it bothered me there. But here, this is well done. It's got a decent score. It's well written. It's fast paced. It's well directed. Seagal produced this, and the money was well spent on the production because it looks great. Like, this is a film from 27 years ago, and it still holds up. You do not need to remake this. You can't do it better. I think Seagal works in this lead role, and it's a really fun movie. If you want fun, get some popcorn, get a drink, turn your brain off, and just have a good time with Seagal kicking ass for almost 95 minutes. It's 91 minutes, and it works. It's a really, really fun movie. And Nerd Pack, whatever you guys called, just check this out. This is really worth your time, especially preparing for the R-rated films that are coming out this year. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I wanted to do another video before February because it's coming in a few days. Remember, next month is going to be movies with colors in the title, whether it's front or back. It could be the beginning of the movie or the end. Like Code Red, it counts. Red Dawn, it counts. Single white female, that counts. As long as it has a color in the name, it's eligible. But yeah, if you haven't seen Out for Justice, what are you waiting for? Stream it, rent it, watch it on Netflix. Just do yourself a favor and see it because it's worth your time. So thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video next week. Later, guys.